Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, accompanied here by my ever-lovely associate and cohort, Zombie Death Cetos, indeed. And we're here to regale you with a movie review. It's been a while since we've done movie reviews, so let's do one that I recently saw. Indeed. And this from MVD, in association, I guess, with Wild Eye, because it's on the back, we have Freshwater. Freshwater. I was actually really hyped to see this, you see. For I like giant monster movies, as it's been previously established. And I like a creature feature, something big and out of nature's usual norm comes out and fucks humans up, because fuck humans. Yes, indeed. Other than a few number of people that I care for, the majority of humankind is, well, pieces of garbage. So seeing a monster wreck their shit is always guaranteed for a good time. So I was like, oh, a crocodile or an alligator, I'm down with that. So I put this on and I started watching it, and I'm like, well, this isn't that good. The plot of the movie revolves around this group of teenagers. Well, one doesn't really look that much like a teenager, and then he meets up with another person that doesn't look much like a teenager. These people are clearly not teenagers, you see. They look to be much older people. I don't know, maybe they're college students. I don't know. They're pretending to be a lot younger than they actually are. My goodness gracious. I can't believe that's still a thing. I know kids today, with all their growth hormones and chemically induced foods, mature a lot faster than they used to. And they look way older, but it's too much. But anyway, they are making plans to go into this little island cabin thing, where they will pass the time with, your typical booze and your marijuana. But one of them gets taken out pretty early on. And they're trying to solve the mystery. And there's a new sheriff in town that is trying to make sense of all this murders. And you have a alligator expert that is also trying to investigate the thing. And a forensic expert that, sees a dead body and then sees another dead body. I know, just alligators. But something is afoot. And then you're following the group of young people that are out partying, and they get attacked by a monster, a albino gator, which the CGI isn't that good, I must say. No. Not that very good of a CGI. But then you're kind of thrown for a loop. It comes into question whether it was an actual alligator attack or if it was the work of a human. Because they start seeing these, bear traps that are ensnaring people. So the theory is that someone is using the bear traps to ensnare people, and then they get taken out by the alligator. There you go. But as I'm watching this movie, I'm like, this actually starting to sound familiar. And I looked at the panel of movies that I have here, and I saw that this is very similar in some things to Shark Night. Yes, indeed. Even the covers are very similar. And I'm like, what the hell? And Shark Night is about this group of young people that go out for debauchery, your booze and your weed, and they get assaulted by a shark. And it turns out that this was showing once again that humans are pieces of shit. This was all the work of a human. It actually stars the guy from Grounded for Life and the guy that played Bullock in Gotham. I really like that guy. That's a really cool that guy actor. That anytime I see him in anything, I'm very happy to see him because he's really good. I like him. So, but the plot of this one is that they unleash the shark so that these people can record the shark attack and sell it as snuff films. And I'm like, okay, humans brought about the monster to, take care of people for their own benefit. And that's kind of like what they're doing here. And I'm like, well, this is starting to sound very familiar. And it kind of is. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this and you don't want it to be spoiled, and there is indeed a human involved. Now, I must also, before revealing the big plot twist, question that these people are fucking idiots. Because the people that are stuck inside the island see their boat floating away, their only means of escape. And two of them, geniuses that they are like, well, we better go get that boat. I'll swim to the boat, but I'll tie a rope around me so that if you see me getting into trouble, you can pull me up. And they're like, okay, let's do that. So, one of the guys that looks way older than he probably is actually playing, jumps, and he's like literally this close to making it to the boat. And he's like, paddling in place. I can make it. And the other guy's freaking out like, I gotta get you out of there. But I can make it. Just give it. And he's literally this far away from the boat, you fucking idiots. Just let him swim. Stop pulling him back. And, of course, the other idiot starts pulling him in, and that's when he gets devoured by what you assume is the alligator, the albino alligator. And it's finally revealed that, spoiler alert, don't watch this point if you don't want it spoiled. It turns out that the sheriff is actually a serial killer. He actually adopted the albino alligator and raised it at his own, but started feeding it people. Yes, indeed. And then one of the friends of the group is in cahoots with the guy. And then he kills her, feeds it to the alligator. And then you have this big confrontation between the animal expert that has figured it all out. Figured out that it's an albino alligator, and figured out that the sheriff is actually a serial killer feeding people to the alligator. And she gets killed, and she gets blamed for everything. And you're like, holy shit, the bad guys actually got away with it. The sheriff gets away with killing all these people and feeding its alligator. And I'm like, well, that was unexpected. The movie up to that point wasn't that good. Bad alligator effects, and some good acting, but some very stupid decisions. So, again, a plot that is very similar to Shark Night. Again, very similar. I actually almost thought this was an asylum. But no, it's MVD and Wild Eye. And, but again, that's plot twist of the sheriff being the one involved in it having, their cohorts and everything. Well, that kind of was interesting. But I must say that Freshwater wasn't that good, I must admit. It wasn't bad. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. But as far as alligator movies, there are way better alligator movies out there. Rogue is one that comes to the top of my head. That's really good. And there's also one that, unfortunately, Professor Macabra's memory has never been that good. But there's one from back in the days about this alligator that got flushed down the toilet. And then there's this chemical company that is using steroids on animals. And then they dispose of it in the sewers. And then I think it's actually a crocodile, is eating all the steroid-infused dogs, and it grows big and huge, and it actually breaks through the sewer through the street. It's a really cool. I wish I could remember the name of that. Well, that one's a really cool one. So this one, unfortunately, will get lost in the shuffle of the alligator movies. Unfortunately, again, some actors really suck at this. Some actors are really good. I thought the animal expert did a very good job. I thought she was the highlight of this. So yes, Freshwater, distributed by MVD. Something involved with Wild Eye because the Wild Eye logo is there. But it's not here, it's MVD, so MVD. So yes, Freshwater gets a good 7 out of 10 giant alligators from your old pal, Professor Macabre. Again, not the worst thing I've seen, but again, my my tolerance on bad movies has always been notoriously out of whack. I give a free pass to a lot of movies, and I don't believe there are any truly evil movies. Like the wise Mr. Lobo says, there are no bad movies. They're just misunderstood. Indeed, so yes, Freshwater, 7 out of 10. But actually found myself enjoying Shark Night a little better than this one. So I would say watch Shark Night, and if you're a little drunk and you want something in the similar vein, watch Freshwater, because at the point if you're really drunk, it won't seem that bad. So let me know if you've seen Freshwater or Shark Night as the other point of comparison. Did you like Freshwater? Did you thought it was garbage? Did you actually enjoy it? Let me know in the comments down below. But until we see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabre and the lovely Zombie Deathcitos, thanking you and wishing you all, like always, a good evening.